How's everyone doing? I am Mobile Master Tech back with another video. It's fall, happy Halloween. It is that day. I'll probably have 2 or 3 videos coming out today to make up for lack of content as of late. It's been a good month, but we got some good stuff. Today is for T-Mobile. So right here you can see standalone has entered my area. It prefers standalone now. After a quick little update and things like that, I'm actually able to get new band configurations. Very interesting to see. And so let's check them out, starting with LTE. So with LTE, you can see this site always had band 25 at 10 megahertz. This is nothing new. It's actual band 25, the C and G block, 10 megahertz. Before you could only get band 25, it was switched between 2 carriers of band 41, band 25 at 10 megahertz, and then the usual band 66, band 2, band 12 combo. Since then, lots has happened, including 3G going off air and being converted to LTE. So we did get that extra 5 megahertz of band 66. However, it would be it would only use 3-channel carrier aggregation. And for this one, it's very interesting because band 25, 10 megahertz. And you see that's it. But now wait, we see band 25, 20. Well, we don't have that. This is a MFBI of band 2. So it changed band 2 to band 25 so it can aggregate with this band 25 while that was there before. We're gonna go ahead and do a speed test to see. Hopefully band 41 gets out of my way. Let's see about that, hopefully. Okay, good, so band 41 went bye-bye. So we have band 66, 20 megahertz, band 25, or band 2, 20 megahertz, and then band 25, the C and G block of 10. Like I said before, and wow, what a difference, right? Before, peak speeds at around this time, it's about 10 o'clock on the dot, so peak speeds around this time on that band 25 sector, since it was low balancing, was about, say about 35, 40 megahertz. It wasn't too bad. Now it's hundreds because of that. Now what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to go ahead and, just so you guys can see it, it does kick in on its own, but just so you guys can see it, I'm gonna go ahead and force this next band by turning off band 25. So if I turn off band 25, it'll force the next step. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. You guys can look at that for a second. Or maybe I can airplane mode it and hope that it just does it on its own. No, it really doesn't want to. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and turn off band 25, and that should actually force it into the next bands. Okay, so this is really cool to see. Didn't expect this combo to happen actually, because I expected them to go straight to voice over NR for that band, and they decided not to, which is interesting. So I mean, that's cool. So we're gonna go this one, go back to main, 12. And like I said, this kicks in on its own. I'm just gonna force it just so you guys can see. Okay, so we're back. Sorry about that. Band 2, 20 megahertz. Let's run a speed test. I should get it started around here. Oh, come on, really? Okay. All right, sorry about that. Band 220 megahertz. There it is, band 66, 5 megahertz. That used to be 3G. It got converted over, band 12. Yes, you are looking at 4-channel carrier aggregation now. Most devices, for some reason, aren't doing this. This is the S22 Ultra. It can do this, so that's pretty sweet. Take a look. Once again, LTE is absolutely capacity central. Capacity central, as you can see. Excellent. Couldn't believe it when I said it. Well, I mean, when I seen it. And now, of course, one more thing. And this one, because I'm in such a good coverage area, is not going to kick in unless I force it. Now, if I can get to a more medium coverage area, I could get it to come in on its own. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and apply that configuration. Sorry guys. Oh, let's look at the plant. Let's look at the plant. Okay, so since that's done, we should be good to go. Let's go in the engineering screen. And there you have it, you guys. This tower is using a DSS N25 channel. Now the other towers, they're not. They're using LTE, that LTE band, the 10 megahertz. You can't see those. There's only 4 towers that I know of that got band 25 on LTE, and that's because they're the most used towers in the entire county. My home site being the #1 used tower in the entire county, followed by the college site. There's one off I-75, and then there's another one off of Mary Camp by a park, that has a lot of games and things. So as you can see, N25 is real. 10 megahertz, like we've been clued in that's going to be the starting point for it. And yes, it can aggregate with other bands such as N71 and N41. I just can't get it here because like I said, I'm in too good of a coverage area. So just default to N41. There's the N71 carrier aggregation right there. Yeah, let's do a speed test, man. You see the signal is excellent, 91 dBm, 13 for this the sonar, so that's great. Signal quality is pretty decent at 12 and 11. Goes down to 9 sometimes, depends. So let's go ahead and run the test and see how it goes. I'm sure this N25 is doing the bulk of the work. N71 around this time starts to get slow. At night it picks up drastically. So we got 50.4, but remember it's only 20 megahertz of spectrum, so I don't expect a miracle or anything. But once this tower gets 3-channel carrier aggregation going, that N25 will become more commonplace. Let's do that one more time. Yeah, and it's just really cool to see the SA going in and doing great. My phone does prefer SA now. I don't know what the update did, but it prefers SA over everything. So it'll just be 2 N41 channels until the tower gets the ability to use that 3rd one. So with that being said, of course, there is one more thing. Let's just take a look. I just like looking at the N25. I know it's not much spectrum. I just like looking at it. It's really cool to see. One more thing, of course, and I'll have a video where it aggregates with N41. I know places where I can get that to happen by itself. I don't have to force anything or anything like that. Trying to remember what I wanted to do. Oh yeah, so we're just gonna force band 41 since we're testing the whole network. Might as well test the last piece right here, and that's the 2 band 41 carriers right there, the upload 20 as you've seen. And let's go one more time. Yeah, so T-Mobile's If you have the right phone, T-Mobile's LTE capacity, they have 3 different channels of capacity. So lots of LTE capacity going on. Verizon, they have 1 channel, but they have a large 60 megahertz, and then AT&T, there's a subpar at 40 megahertz, but it's still not bad. So 60 and 1, you can tell a lot of people use this. I've seen this break 250 at nighttime. So, you know, this is an apartment complex, so there's a lot of people likely on T-Mobile anyway, especially because the service here is so great. So last but not least, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do a we're gonna let the phone go back to normal and do a regular speed test, and then we'll call it a day. Whatever it decides to pick, it's usually standalone. So here's an interesting tidbit. This is brand new, did not see this coming. N25 can aggregate with N41. I've never seen this before, so this is new. It can do that, so didn't know it could do that, but yeah, it can do that. So let's go ahead and run a speed test on it. While that's running, let's make sure. All kind of combos, crazy. So these are all combos that the tower will allow. The tower has these combos set, and it's you know, set to be allowed to do. So this is really cool to see. Very interesting combos. Yeah, pretty cool. So let's check, see how that turned out. The last one, 265 and 12. That sounds about right. Yeah, it's gonna do it for the video. If you like what you see on the channel, like, share, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at Terrell352. And until the next video, I'm out. Happy Halloween, you guys. Stay safe.